Hello and welcome to Startup Hack. Today we are going to talk about ASP.NET Web API unit testing. So let's jump right in. Make sure to check out the link down below because we always provide the code samples that you can pull down and follow along so you can see in our project. Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to become a software developer within just 3 months? With our amazing course and awesome tutors, you never have to worry about getting stuck. We help students to learn skills that companies want to hire. We are Startup Hack. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's get started. Let's start by creating XUnit test project. So click on Next. Next. Select .NET 6 and create it. Alright, once the project is created, in XUnit we use the annotation fact to declare our test method. For demonstration purposes, I am using assert to validate the outcome. I usually use fluent assertion because it is better to read and I like the syntax. Naming the unit test. When naming your unit test, it's essential to follow a consistent naming convention that communicates what the test is doing. This can make understanding the test purpose easier and identify any potential issues when it falls. One approach to naming tests is use the following three-part structure. So number one is the name of the method being tested. This should be the first part of the test name as it tells you which method is being tested. Number two, the scenario under which it's being tested. This should describe the specific scenario or condition under which the method is being tested. For example, if you are testing a method that handles user registration, the scenario could be with valid input or with invalid input. And number third is the expected behavior when the scenario is invoked. This should describe the expected behavior of the method when the scenario is invoked. For example, suppose you are testing a method that calculates the total cost of an order. The expected behavior might be returns the correct total cost. Alright, standard better to design your unit test. The arrange, act, assert AAA pattern is a standard structure for unit tests that helps to ensure that tests are clear, maintainable, and effective. Thereby, each test should be divided into three sections. Arrange, set up your test like initializing objects and getting dependencies or mocks. Act, executing the code under test. Assert, verifying the result. Some reasons for using the pattern are clarity. By following the AAA pattern, you can clearly distinguish the setup, arrange phase from the execution act phase and the verification assert phase of a test. Reading and understanding the test more straightforwardly can help increase your test suite maintainability. The AAA pattern promotes a clear separation of concerns between the different phases of a test, which can make it easier to modify and maintain individual tests. For example, if you need to update the setup for a test, you can do so without affecting the execution or verification phases. Modularity. The AAA pattern encourages you to break tests into smaller modules unit that can be reused across different test cases. This can make creating and maintaining an extensive test suite more straightforward as you can reuse code across various tests rather than having to write everything from scratch. Reliability. By the following AAA pattern, you can help to ensure that your tests are reliable and consistent. For example, follow the pattern and set up all necessary test data in the arrange phase. You can be confident that your tests are executing correctly and are not dependent on external factors. Alright, what is an assert? An assert statement verifies the expected outcome of a test by evaluating a Boolean expression. It should evaluate to true if the test was successful and false if the test failed. In other words, an assert statement verifies that a test has produced the expected result. It consists of a Boolean expression, that is, an expression that can be either true or false, that is used to check the outcome of the test. A test can contain one or more asserts. The whole test fails if the one or more assert fail. With XUnit come asserts for the most common test scenarios. In principle, tests can contain one or more asserts, but they should have only one assert. This makes it easier to discover the reason for the failing test. However, multiple assert statement can be used in a test as long as they test the same behavior. So here are the types of assertions. So no, first is boolean, then strings, then numeric values, then floating values, then arrays and collections. After that, asynchronous code, and the last is exceptions. Alright, what is mocking? Mocking is a technique used in unit testing to stimulate the behavior of dependent components or services. It allows you to create fake versions of these components or services that your code can interact with without relying on the actual implementations. Mocking is helpful because it isolates the code you are testing from its dependencies. This can make it easier to test individual code units in isolation and help ensure that your tests are reliable and consistent. For example, consider a class that retrieves customer information from a database. To test this class, you might create a mock database that returns predefined data when queried. This way, you can test the class without relying on an actual database, which could be slow, difficult to set up, or prone to change. Overall, the repository pattern and mocking are valuable tools for creating maintainable, testable code in ASP.NET. By extracting the data access layer and isolating code units from their dependencies, you can generate easier to maintain and test code, which can help ensure your project's success. So, here's an example of mock. Thank you for watching this video. Unit testing plays a crucial role in software development process as it helps you to find and fix bugs, improve the reliability of your and make your application more maintainable. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. To joining our course, you can simply go to our website called startuphack.com. Thank you.